Good morning. I'm Kris.
And I'm Jeannine. Welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree.
We're here once again.
Yes, it is March 23rd.
Thank you, Jesus. Sorry, the end is in sight. I am almost warm and cozy.
Okay.
Almost. Mornings are still a little crisp, but that's
Yeah.
okay. That's the hat.
That's the
Keeps
hat.
my little
Yeah.
keeps my little ears warm first thing in the morning. But not as many layers, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, getting warmer.
I'll take it.
Getting warmer. We'll take
take it.
anything.
Yes.
So you had 2 shows already.
Uh-huh.
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 More to come. And
Listen, this whole 3 weeks in a row thing, a little scary. If Sue has her way, it will end up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 shows in a row before a break next year. We'll see.
Wow.
That's also assuming that
all the ones
shows that
through.
will remain nameless ever let us in because they're snooty. But that's okay.
You better hope they don't watch this.
They don't know who I'm talking about.
We should let her in.
They should let me in. We're good at what we do.
We chat it up when we do stuff. We make sure
We
that
do.
people know about all the shows that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Even the ones that we do here locally. And she's traveling, so absolutely we bring a lot of exposure.
We try.
We try a lot of
but
exposure
that's
to the
okay.
shows. So
That's
yeah.
okay. So what's on the plate for Long Tail Knits for the next couple weeks?
Is busy.
We gonna be tired?
Yeah.
Okay.
No more than normal.
Okay.
But
no rest for the weary.
So yeah. So if you missed the Macrame Tree of Life on the 13th, you got one more shot, the 29th, which is a Saturday.
Then it's going into retirement. I'm just joking.
It's going away for a little bit because I got other stuff to do.
Right.
So you have an opportunity yet to take this. So it's fun. We're having fun with it. So by now we've got it down to a science. And as always, I have pictures and written instructions too, along with me helping you.
Yeah.
So
that helps a ton.
Yeah. So if you want to do a second one, you always have those instructions and you can just get the materials and do another one. So, but these are really cool. So there's that, March 29th. And then that's the end of any workshops that I have for March because then we start into April.
Yeah. Yep.
April.
I know. Sun. That's all I could think of. April and sun.
April.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
So she's going to kick off the month of April by doing a beginner spinning on April 1st.
I am. Let me move my coffee. Yes. Even though it is not a Dunkin' cup, there is Dunkin' coffee in here.
So what's
Dunkin' Donuts, if you're watching, you know I love you. So this I got at one of our shows. I wish I could remember the person I got it from.
Mm-hmm.
But this cute little dragon guy. It says, knitting is my therapy, 1 stitch at a time. And he's so cute.
That's adorable.
And I love him. But don't worry, Duncan. I know, I should just write Duncan in my cup across the top.
Get you some letters and just stick it on
I'm just
there.
gonna. Oh, yeah. I have one of those little circuit cutters, crickets, whatever they're called. Circuits. I could just put Duncan in my cup.
Absolutely.
Or I run on Duncan across the top. All right. So beginner spin. We have 2 sessions, right?
April 1st is the first session, and then 2 weeks later on the 15th would be your second session to come back and finish.
Okay. So we have beginner spin. We're going to take lovely, lovely fiber like this. This is a rhombolet. We take 4-ounce braid. I teach you how to break it down. We talk about twist, draft, getting a feel for how to use your hands, your feet, and everything all at the same time to create. At our second session, we do our plying, and we do a lovely 2-ply skein of yarn. My brain went.
Yeah.
That's called tired brain.
Right. So, you get to use the Ashford spinning wheels that we have here in the store.
Yep.
We have 3 different types that you get to play with. between the first and second session, you have access to those wheels as much as you need. You have homework to do so that you can get enough fiber.
You have to have enough singles to come in, because we do applying that's like this, and then we do a second ply that I teach you how to apply with threads, just to create different looks in spinning, but it's still a 2-ply.
Right.
We don't go beyond that unless you decide you want to take a plying class where we can learn 3-ply and cable plying and Navajo plying and all that. But I teach you how to go from that to that.
And I will let you know, if you already have your own spinning wheel, by all means, bring it.
Please bring it.
Use yours, because you're going to be spinning on yours.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why we wouldn't let you use yours. But if you don't have a wheel, do not run out and buy one.
Not just for the class.
No.
We've got you covered.
Try it first, see if you like it.
And if you're bringing your own wheel, I'm going to highly suggest that any pieces or parts or tools that might have come with your spinning wheel, bring them with you. Now, though, I have a new tool with me that I bring with me to all my classes. We had a moment where somebody came to do the beginner's class. She brought her own wheel in, and she didn't bring her very little tiny tool to get in to lock her bobbin in place on her wheel, and we weren't able to do the class.
Correct.
So I now have it covered on the off chance you don't, but please bring any pieces, parts with you. If you have your own wheel, if you have 4 bobbins with that wheel, bring 4 bobbins, you'll need them. If you have your Lazy Kate, or unless it's not built into your wheel like it is on some of the Ashfords, bring those with you too, because they're very, very, very helpful.
Right. Also, if you question whether your wheel is in good operating condition, call me.
Yeah.
And I always suggest that you bring it in and let me take a look at it first.
Ahead of time,
I'm very mechanically inclined, and if there's something that's broken, we can try and get replacement parts before the workshop.
Yeah.
If it's just a tweak, we can tweak it. Yes, I am an Ashford dealer, but I'm gotten pretty handy with some of the other lines out there.
with other wheels. Absolutely.
So yeah, don't hesitate that if you have a brand that is not an Ashford. We strongly recommend that you use your wheel. Like I said, you're going to be using that wheel at home, and we'd rather you get comfortable with it and the characteristics of that wheel instead of getting used to ours and then going back home and struggling to get yours to work properly.
And if you have a Magic Craft and you need to change your band, I now know how to do that.
She does.
So I can help you with that.
I can do the luettes.
Tweet us. We got you mostly covered.
We got you covered.
Yeah, and on the off chance, I do want to put this out here because we do have a tendency to not say it.
Okay.
If you have an electric spinning wheel.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. Some people just don't want to be all in and use their feet, or they can't use their feet, or they think, oh my God, I don't want to do my hands and feet at the same time. It's a lot. And they just want to use their hands. If you have an electric spinning wheel, you may bring that and take beginner spinning on an electric wheel. Absolutely 110%. Yep. So I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I forget about that.
Me too, until literally just this very second.
Yeah.
So that is always an option.
Mm-hmm. And Ashford does have an electric spinning wheel too, so that if the one that you have isn't up to par, you know, whatever, it's still those 3D printed e-wheels.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just don't have the, and there's
they don't have the pull.
Yeah. So I was going to say a different word, but yeah,
they don't have the take up. The other thing on some of those, the smaller beginner spinning wheels that are motorized, when you first start spinning, most people are not spinning thin.
Correct.
So you may have problems with take up just because it's too thick.
Right.
So if you were open to learning on a regular wheel and then moving to your electric wheel, it might benefit you to get a little bit more of the drafting under control before moving on.
Yeah.
If it's a smaller one. If you happen to have a bigger one then that has the take up, God bless you.
Yeah, you can go back and forth between electric and treadles. Absolutely.
Sue loves her electric wheel. I mean, She'll never give up her joy or her kiwi, but she loves her Daedalus.
There you go.
It's because it's got a large orifice and she can, yeah.
She doesn't have to worry about anything.
Nope.
Yeah, which is cool. All right, so that is April 1st with the second session on the 15th.
Yep.
From 5 to 8.
Look how pretty those colors match.
Yeah. So that's a Tuesday evening, just so you know.
Apparently I really like this color.
You do. On the 2nd, April 2nd, which is a Wednesday from 5 to 8, is one of Regina's workshops. This is a 2-dimensional, kind of semi 2-3-dimensional needle felted sheep with the locks to give it the dimension and everything. And you know, you can create any facial feature, angle, whatever you want. So we're going to try something new with this one. We're actually going to allow you to pick out your background color. And if you want to just purchase the entire sheet of this, because you can actually, I think this is like a third of the size of the felt sheets that we use. And I do have the individual sheets for sale. Then you can go home and you can play and create some other things as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're going to have it set up both ways, just this as the materials for your thing, this size, or you can just purchase a whole sheet. So yeah, so this is really fun. I don't think there's a prerequisite for this. It doesn't really need to be, because this is pretty basic. She's going to show you how to get your design onto the fabric, and you just need your tools. And if you don't have them, we have them here. And if you've got them, make sure you bring them with you, and we'll get you all set up and ready to go. Again, you need to let us know ahead of time so we can make sure we have all the materials prepared ahead of time. So that's April 2nd from 5 to 8, a Wednesday evening. On April 5th, which is a Saturday, from 10 to 1.
I can't believe we're talking about April 5th. Like, my brain is like ricocheting right now.
Beginners Macrame. So the way that I teach this is we're going to work on a clipboard and on a dowel rod with practice cording, which is not the cording that we use for the final piece, and you're going to learn a stitch. I'm going to teach you how to do that knot, and you're going to practice it. Then we're going to move over here, and we're going to do that and this, and then we're going to do this. They're all the same knots.
Yep.
But you have that practice cording so that you can go home and you can practice again and again, because by the end of the session, you're going to have a finished piece, a mini wall hanging that you can hang in your home, or you can gift to somebody. So yeah, so these are a lot of fun too, and it only takes us a few hours to do it. And that qualifies as, if any advanced projects come up that need macrame, you've got it covered.
And if you're going to take advanced macrame classes, boy, you better practice those double half hitches and square knots.
Yep.
Practice.
Two things that you use for everything.
Foundational knots.
Yep.
If you get good at those, the world is your oyster and you can do anything.
Yes, absolutely. So April 5th from 10 to 1. And then that brings us to the next week of on the 9th, which is also a Wednesday. Here's your rooster.
He's still not done.
He's still not done.
If you think I'm finishing this, you're crazy.
No, as a matter of fact, I have the bag down there with the rest of the fiber in it to finish it. I think it's you know what's really nice about this piece is it's a great way for me to show people a work in progress.
Yeah.
On what you're going to get, because this is the kit that started that. So you get full color instructions. You get all the materials that you're going to need. This is the board that you felt onto to protect your needles and your surface. This here, this felt sheet, there are two of them in there. One of them has the outline of the design.
Yep.
And then there's all your fibers.
Yeah. My hand just gave up.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
You get 2 needle felting needles. I have more, plus I have handles if you want to go that route, because eventually holding that tiny little needle, handles. You want handles. You want something bigger to grip.
1000%.
But it is fully complete. What?
I found my 5-punch thingy for Regina.
Oh, cool.
Sorry. I gotta put that with the pile of stuff that I have to drag in here.
So these, when we do this workshop, on the 9th, there's no workshop fee. Your cost of the workshop
Is the kit.
is the kit.
I think that's great.
It takes me 5 minutes to show you how to do it.
But I think it's great that you do that because the kits aren't cheap.
No.
Like, they're reasonable, but
they're $52.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's a fair price.
It's a fair price for the kit, and also it really, like, this compared to teaching 3-dimensional felting.
Yeah.
This is a little easier, I think, just to teach. It's like,
right.
Stay within the lines, color inside your lines, and keep punching until your surface is tight.
Yeah, and understand needle felting is not a fast technique. It's not a fast process unless you're like Cam and things just go just like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
She just has this gift.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great way to relax at the end of the day. It is something that, after a while you just get in, then everything from the day just floods away. My regulars call it the stabby craft.
It is a stabby craft.
It's a stabby craft.
I never experienced the woosah relax with that. That's what spinning does for me.
Right. You got to find that thing that works.
It's not that.
It's not that.
I just get angrier and angrier the more that I do this, and I'm like, okay, this is aggression. It's not getting out of me. Okay, nope, not my forte. I'm jealous because I want to felt.
Right. There are so many different designs. There's wildlife. She's got birds and sheep.
There's a
moose.
peacock.
There's peacocks.
Do you still have the mug rug thingies? The sheepy?
I don't. It took me so long to get rid of them.
Oh, okay.
Because they were a combination of a 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, and you had the wet felt part of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but she does have those. She calls them mug rugs, but they're coasters.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they're smaller. They start rather large because you have to wet felt them down.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Order to use them.
Okay.
So yeah, someone did the sugar skulls.
Yeah.
And it was probably a felt piece like that big.
Okay.
With the outline of the skull on it, and she goes, "Why is this?" I go, "You have to wet felt that down."
So
when you're done,
over the winter, I had a moment where I bought a whole lot of supplies so that, have you seen the felted collar that I wear that has the locks that hang from it? So I got all the supplies so I could learn how to do that. Because it's not a stabby thing. It's a rolly thing.
It's wet felting.
And the little thing that I was learning about, you take a wet sander.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you haven't tried it yet, though, have you?
No, I decided to wait for warm weather, because if I'm going to end up soaked from head to toe, I'm going to let it be 80 degrees outside.
So, there's positives and negatives with the sander theory of that, and a lot of people still just do it by hand because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, they put a layer of bubble pop.
Well, yes.
In between
but
things.
Still, it's not as effective as the rolling.
Yeah. Well,
you do what you got to do.
I'm going to give it a shot because I need more of those in my life. Having one is just not enough. And I have tons of Teeswater locks that need a home.
Correct.
On a beautiful
And this
thing.
is where, so in the store, we do have a lot of her dyed locks and things. And I get these people that come in and go, "You used to have this." I go, "Okay." So either we're sold out, or she goes, "Oh no. Oh wait, here it is." I'm like, "Okay." So she took my alpaca and mohair blend core that I have.
Yeah.
And she used that to lay onto her silk scarf and your locks and other colored fibers. And she wet felted her own scarf. She goes, "I need more. I need more of this."
That's awesome.
So yeah, wet felting will not be done in the store because it's too messy.
It's messy.
But have at it at your home or wherever. So yeah, it's a messy technique.
That's why it's waiting till the summer.
Yep. So it's outside. So yeah. So TD Kit on April 9th from 5 to 8. Bring a friend. We fill up the table. Yeah. There's no limit to that one. And that's probably that and Beginners Needle Felting are the 2 workshops that are walk-ins because you get everything here in the store. We don't have to prepare anything. I just walk over and go, "You need this, this, this," and that's it.
We call it a day.
We call it a day. So there's that. Now, the last workshop for the first two weeks in April
You tell me that's a gopher, I'm gonna drop kick him.
It's a chipmunk.
Or groundhog, sorry.
It's a chipmunk.
Okay.
See? Chipmunk.
That's fine. Good. Chipmunks are allowed, groundhogs are not. I'm still mad at the groundhog.
Groundhogs have flat tails.
Oh, that's right.
So this is Chippy.
Chippy.
And Regina actually made him out of fibers that she had left over from other projects.
Aww.
So it's a leftover project. His name is Chippy. He's kind of cool. On April 12th from 11 to 3, I believe that is a Saturday.
Okay.
So there you go. He's kind of cute. So we're going to do, he's kind of firm too. She did him kind of firm. So that's how I needle felt.
Hi,
but
Chippy.
Yes, so that's Chippy. Again, let us know that you're interested in the workshop. Tell your friends. A lot of these that she's doing are beginner friendly. Absolutely. We don't have anything that's too complicated that you can't do as a beginner. If you want children to do this, an adult has to be present. We are using sharp needles. You stab
and they
yourself.
hurt.
It hurts. It has
That's
to
why
come
she has
back
a first
out.
aid kit here.
I do. I haven't had to pull it out for a while, but yeah.
That's because I'm not taking your classes anymore. I need body bandages.
And I have a lot of refillable needles.
Yeah.
That you can purchase because in
you
the
will
beginning
break a
you
needle.
break them.
You will.
So
it just happens, and when you least expect it.
It does. So what shows do we have going on?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My phone went out because we were talking. All right. So my last show in March, we love this one. We are going to the Spring Fiber Expo in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was our first year there. We absolutely loved it. We did do the fall last year there as well. Well, Sue did the fall because I was at the OU Texas game.
Right.
This year, I think we are just doing the spring because the fall, we both have stuff going on.
Right.
So we're doing the Spring Fiber Expo at Ann Arbor. Listen, for those local, it's little over 3 hour drive.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's a great show.
Is it one day?
It's 2 days.
It's 2 days.
Yeah, it's let me find it. The 29th and 30th of March. Okay. So Saturday, Sunday, we get there Friday around noon and we set up, and then show is Saturday, Sunday, and we drive home Sunday night. I love it. A lot of our normal fiber friends that we see are there, but there's this one lady, and I cannot for the life of me remember her name. Can't remember the name of her business. I lost her business card. She has the most beautiful Gotland fleece I have ever seen in my life, and I'm currently saving my pennies because I don't care if the business buys it. I'm already out of her Gotland, and I bought a lot of Gotland from her last year. So,
you can't even contact her ahead of time.
I can't because I can't find her stuff. And so I got like Gotland lamb from her.
Okay.
So the locks, they were only maybe like 3 inches. And then I got, a regular Gotland that had, these locks were like 5-6 inches long. A lot of times in the past, I veered away from Gotland because it has, in my prior experience, been a fiber that feels too much like coarse human hair.
Okay.
And Gotland is the one that's most resembles human hair. And as a hairdresser, I don't like, I'm sorry, clients, coarse texture on something I'm going to spin with.
Right.
Okay. If you're going to felt with it, that's a whole different ball game. But these locks were like silk. Whether it was lamb or whether it was an older adult, beautiful shades. I've in the past seen Gotland in dark grays. These were light silvers and dyeable, and I dyed so many beautiful colors in those locks. Like they flew off. I think I have 2 packages left.
Oh wow.
It like flew off our shelf. So I can't wait to find this lady because I need more of those Gotland locks. And I've bought Gotland from other people since, and whatever she does, I don't know what she feeds these guys. Their fiber's fabulous. She must coat them. It's all I can think of. So I'm happy she's going to be there. But I like because it's only a few hours away. that we can come home on Sunday and I don't have to come home on Monday. And then the next show after that, which I don't know, might be out of our 2-week window, but it's close enough that I'm going to mention it. We are going to do our first show in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Greencastle.
Okay.
So we're doing the Greencastle show, and that is April 11th and 12th.
And that falls within our 2 weeks.
Okay. It's a Friday, Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Normally they're Saturday, Sundays, or just Saturdays. This is a Friday, Saturday. And I'm curious to see how our Friday, Saturday show goes. I don't know.
This is your first year doing that show.
It is our first year doing that show. We know people that have gone that say, no, it's a very much an up and coming show. You'll really enjoy it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited again because it's within a 5-hour drive. So I like these short drives as we prepare for all the big long hauls that are coming up. So Bob's making faces behind the camera.
He's rubbing his arm. He must have an ache.
Yeah. I feel you. I'm going to rub my hands right now. But yeah, no, so that's, it's really nice to do that. And then around the weekend, I forgot to mention this, Black Swamp,
mm-hmm.
when we're in Black Swamp on the 22nd, probably the 23rd, or what's this? How many days are in March?
31.
I don't know. So maybe March 31st, we're going to have a WAFA event. We'll have our online WAFA event that we do. I'm trying to remember because it's always the last full weekend of the month.
Right.
So because we're at a show, most likely in my application, I went, must be Saturday night. I might have done a Friday night, Saturday night.
So it's either the 29th, 20th, 29th, or 30th.
I'm not sure which day yet, but if you watch our Facebook page,
mm-hmm.
the waffle event will pop out. We got our little notice that says, hi, you're a waffle vendor for March. I went, hey, great. What time? So I'm waiting for the schedule to come out so I can announce which day that is. But that's really it. So kind of 2.5 shows.
Yeah. 2
full shows and then our waffle show, which we love.
Yeah, that's fun. That's cool.
But that is it. Like, that's it. I'm looking forward to Greencastle for another reason. We're VRBOing it with our friend Bex Oliger.
Okay.
She's the one that does the trilooms, and her mom wrote the big book about triloom weaving.
Mm-hmm.
We're rooming together with her and Eric, and I expect it to be quite adventurous because Bex is a very adventurous person.
You're gonna pick her brain.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I want to say I have the queen of triloom weaving, but then I would be offending her mother, whom I have met once and love.
She's the princess.
She's the princess of triloom weaving, and in the hierarchy of royalty, I don't know what comes after princess, but my goal is to be that.
Lady in waiting.
Oh, fine. I'll be the princess's lady in waiting because I absolutely adore triloom weaving.
Yeah.
And that's part of like at the shows that Bex doesn't go to that we go to, since I do happen to have 8 teaching looms. I'm going to start putting submissions in to teach it.
Okay.
So I'm excited, and I'm going to pick her brain a little bit with the notation of, I'm picking your brain not to teach where you teach, but to teach in places you don't go, so that I don't offend her. Because
correct,
I would never want to do that. But
you try not to step on the toes of the people that are the experts. So, yeah.
And if ever you are in an area where Bex Oliger is teaching anything,
she does more than just
she teaches a brioche class that absolutely blew my mind.
Knitting.
Yeah, in knitting, and I'm still not good at it. And no, Bex, my little thing still isn't finished, so bugger off because I forgot how to do it. You're gonna have to re-show me while we're together.
Take it with you.
I intend to, so she can go, what happened? I forgot everything. I forgot everything. I literally, it's one of those techniques that if you put it down and don't pick, like, you just learned it and you worked on it maybe for a couple of weeks here and there, but then life got busy, so you set it aside, and 6 months later you pick it up and you look at it and you go, well, I don't know what the heck I did. That's what happened with brioche. So it's not cemented in my brain yet.
Right.
I know once she shows me, I'll be like, oh, duh.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that because I expect it to be fun. And I know if there's a Mexican restaurant anywhere near where we're going to be in Greencastle, I know one night we're going to get to go for Mexican because Bex loves Mexican. So that's better than the show itself sometimes.
Did the food? Yeah.
The food and the friends. Like, I like the hanging out after the shows and talking with the other vendors, because in the groups that we've gotten to know, they're very open. They're like you and I. They share their information. They share their education. They want to bring others up with them. And I respect the hell out of anybody that brings people up with them, because that's how I was raised. So it's nice to see. If
you don't share it, then what's the point?
Yeah. I kind of look at it as like, wow, I wish you didn't have that information if you're not going to share it. Like,
you got to share.
Listen, I give away dye techniques all the time. I didn't invent them.
No, and
I didn't invent them.
It took you how long to figure it out?
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not?
Right. Like,
that's why you teach it.
I'd rather share the information, let me just share it. Because it's information lost if it's not shared.
Right.
You want future generations to carry on in traditions and the ways that we do things. So that's what I like best about the group that we have, is that it just...
Yeah, and you're starting to do more teaching at the shows too, which says a lot, because if somebody reaches out to you and says, hey, would you teach this? You go, really? You want me to teach that? So yeah.
I'm a little I'm still a little daunted, because that's coming up in May, my first festival teaching class. I will say that having somebody that was one of my students here at Longtail Knits come to all the way to Kentucky to take my course workshop with me, that actually will relieve some pressure, just because there's going to be a familiar face when I walk in the room. So that I know that sounds silly, but and I shouldn't be nervous, because I've taught for years now here and in my studio
and online and stuff. So
but at
it's a big deal.
For me, it's a bit. For other people, it might not be a big deal, but for teaching at my very first Fiber Festival, I'm probably going to cry. I am. I'm going to be a little emotional. I'm probably going to cry. So I'm going to have to figure out how to cry in the morning, so I don't cry when I walk in and get overwhelmed. So, I'll probably cry when I'm telling them, thank you for coming to my first class.
Is there a limit on the participation?
I'm sure there is. Do I remember what it is? No.
But that's good, though, because there's only going to be so many people in there.
So it might be... I have two places I'm teaching at as of right now for this year. And one of them, I think there was a max of 10. One might have been a max of 15 or 20. It's course spinning. All you got to do is go like this from person to person to person to person. It's not that hard if everybody stands in the circle and pays attention. Paying attention being the key idea. But I think it's a minimum of 6 for Kentucky, or they don't hold the class.
Oh,
I think. And I would really like them to hold the class. So
yeah,
I don't know. I might be like dude, I'll teach 3 people. I don't care.
And the thing is, they've got the instructor names up there, and if they go and they search you out, they're going to see what you've already done. They're going to go, oh, that looks really cool.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I have...
And that's how most people do it.
I just got an email from them that they want a picture and a different bio than, I guess,
what you
provided. They have the business bio, and I think they want something that
the
more
artist.
How did I come to the world of spinning?
Right.
Which I was like, well, I don't think they're going to want what I have to say, because I'd be like, so I walked into Longtail Knits and I saw this lady spinning and I went, that's like Rumpelstiltskin and shit. So I think if I put that in my bio, they might not let me print my bio. I'll edit it.
You can leave out the shit.
I know. But that's, I mean, you can ask her. She was standing there. That's exactly what I said, because I was blown away. I was like, people do this. I need to do this. I just, instantly knew I needed to spin.
It was the first time she walked through the door and she never left.
No, she's been stuck with me since. So Jeannine's had the pleasure and the angst of watching me grow in the fiber world.
Yep. March or April of 2016. She's been here ever since. So
Oh my
like 3 or
God.
4
This
months
is almost
into
9
the business
years.
being open. Yeah.
Oh. So
Yep.
see, I won't be lying when I say for almost 9 years.
Correct. You've been spinning.
I was going to ask you about that because I'm like, well, I don't want to lie, but I think it's been almost 9 years. So
By the time the show hits, it'll be,
it'll be
9 years.
Oh my God.
9 years.
A lot's happened in 9 years.
It has.
That's crazy.
It has.
But yeah,
Yep.
so I'm nervous.
Yeah,
But I'm
it'll
excited.
be fun. And once you get going, you'll forget about the nerves.
I will, because I'll be more invested in making sure that they have the information that they need.
And learn how to do it and be happy with what they've got.
I want them.
So, yeah.
That's always my biggest thing, is to make sure that people walk away feeling successful.
As a teacher, you want to make sure, that's my goal. I want to make sure that my job is to make sure you succeed in any craft that I'm teaching you. And if you come in and go, can you help me? I put this sweater down 5 years ago. I picked it up. Can you tell me where I'm at?
I have a few of those I should bring into you.
And I look at him and I go, you got like 5 or 10 minutes. Hand me the pattern where you think you are. Let me figure it out. And
You always figure it out.
I always figure it out. I can tell just by reading where they're at in their knitting on the needles.
I'm gonna bring in my 3 bag. I have 3 project bags of sweaters, and all of them are almost done.
Well,
I think one needs a button band.
You never finished the gray one. Is that the one that needs the button band?
The gray and maroon and all
Yeah.
that. It needs the band.
You missed a strand.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, it needs a band. The other one I think just needs sleeves knitted. I can't do this today to save my asteroids. It needs sleeves and possibly a collar. I don't know, possibly a collar.
Is one of them Craig's sweater?
No, because Craig's sweater's still being knitted. I still have to finish something. Might be sleeves. I have to do sleeves on his. No. So remember the other yarn that I bought from AGHC Wools with all the blues and whites?
Mm-hmm.
That's the other one. So I have the gray and maroon and whatever that other color is, also from AGHC Wools. The blue and white one. I feel like there's a third sweater for me, and then also Craig's.
Craig's.
But Craig's I can figure out. Craig's, that Cape Cod pattern for the boys,
That was easy.
It's an easy pattern. That I can figure out.
It was like one of your first sweaters.
Yeah, and there is a hot chance that I did one side of the button band, and it might be the side without the holes, because that might have been what got me.
Yeah.
That might be where I put it down.
Placement of the holes.
Because I might have went,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to do this. But, yeah, so,
We gotcha.
thank God for that. She's your person, though. And she doesn't always remember to tell you, but she does do knitting lessons and crochet lessons.
Yep.
And
You're never going to find them on the schedule because I like
they're
to
individual.
teach those one-on-one or 2 people at a time. I don't like huge groups when I'm teaching basics in needle and crochet and knitting and crochet. I need to see what you're doing. And I also will never do it during an open group.
Because it gets too loud and crazy
It
in here.
gets loud and people have opinions.
100%. 100%.
So,
But yeah, listen, she's the reason that Sue and I even have any samples on our top of our racks when you come in to see us at a show, because without her we probably would not have finished a single one that was up there, with the exception of the one shawl. I was able to do that on my own because I love lace. I could do lace all day long. If they could all just be shawls, we'd be good.
Yeah.
But they can't. So she helps Sue get through eye cording and weird stitches, and she helps me put stuff together.
And helps you try to figure out where she left off because she had surgery and was able to finally pick it up again. She had it marked and didn't believe that she was where she had it marked.
That sounds
Sue,
about
this is
right.
where you're at.
That sounds about right. Yeah. So yeah, she's so if you need to knit and you need guidance, this is your girl.
I'll get you there.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. So, alrighty. Well, the man behind the camera is telling us we need to get going.
Oh.
So, yep.
Sorry, guys.
Find us on Facebook at Longtail Knits, Alk&Me, and the Blue Fiber Tree.
Yep.
You can find us at our websites, longtailness.com, alk&me.com, and on YouTube, and some Instagram stuff is out there as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, YouTube, the Blue Fiber Tree, please like and share. Tell your friends. We're
Definitely.
almost at our 2,000 subscription mark, and I see a lot of people watch it that are not subscribed. So please hit the subscribe button. It's super easy, and it gets us out there for more people to
you
see
may
us.
as well subscribe.
And sorry for the commercials. We can't do that, but that just means we're popular now.
Ha! Commercials mean you're popular.
Commercials means you made it to the big world because, yeah, you're popular now.
Oh, we so bougie.
We are.
We're so bougie.
I popped onto one the other day. I was looking at it and I went, why is there a commercial?
Why is there a
we
commercial?
made it. Yay.
Oh. Because we had
for the
over
commercials.
1,000 views or over 1,500 views, something
Yeah.
like that.
We're
or
almost to that next
whatever.
level, so it'll be fun.
Oh my goodness gracious.
All right, guys. Have a great one. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yes. And
Enjoy. And
when do we come back? Mid-April?
Well, it's the fourth Sunday in April.
So Easter? We come back the 20th?
Actually, no, it's 2 weeks. So it will actually be, because this airs on the 23rd of March. So, it will be Palm Sunday.
Okay.
The 13th. Dylan's birthday.
I'm just keeping it in my head because if it's before Easter, which it is.
It is.
Okay.
It's before Easter.
I have a couple colorways I want to bring in and show people.
Perfect.
That are some cool Easter-y spring colors because I need spring.
All right, guys. We're going to go. You guys have a good one. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.